what is coming up for next week?
So 2 more games this week. That's just where we are in the season. 2 games a week on. Oops, I need to make sure. Sorry, I was looking at something else. I need to make sure I get the day right. On Wednesday on Paramount Plus, we will close out our Champions League campaign facing Kairat Almaty. I think it's how you pronounce it. Kairat out of Kazakhstan. Champions League debut. They're currently sitting dead last on the table with a draw and 6 losses. They scored 5 goals, minus 14 goal difference, and they're 1 point. As opposed that loses the tiebreaker to Villarreal, who's at minus 10 on goal difference. A lot of guys, I think, are going to get some good Champions League minutes that they maybe weren't expecting. I think it's probably the best way to say this one.
Yeah.
But they are officially eliminated. They cannot qualify for the knockout phases. So there's really is about as much of a dead rubber as you're going to find. But hey, you know what? Congrats to Kairat for being in the Champions League, and I hope everyone has a lovely bus ride over and a lovely flight home. Boy, that is a long way away for them.
Yeah.
And then, of course, on the weekend, back to the Premier League, we will be away to Leeds United. That game will be on USA Network on Saturday. Just quickly, Leeds currently sits 16th in the table at 25 points. And it's never easy to go to Ellen Road, but it's a game that we need to kind of put. I would feel much better if we put the foot on, so to speak.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. And then due to winter travel plans, we are not going to be able to release an episode next week. So why don't you also cover what's going to be coming up for the following week?
First one will be the following Tuesday, which is, just checking my calendar, Tuesday, February 3rd. We'll be home against Chelsea in the semifinals of the Carabao Cup. Remember, we lead that tie 3-2 with the second leg at home. In my most dyspeptic moments, I hope we sit in bunker. I hope we pack 10 guys in the box and sail and just like Neo in the Matrix, just.
Yeah,
and let everyone whine about and see how they like it.
We know that when we need to, we can do that better than anybody else. With looking at how that City match went last year, when we had to do that for the second half, we know that we are the best bunkerers there are when we're forced to.
Yeah, we're not going to do that, of course.
No,
we're going to come out to play them. On the off, if Chelsea wins the game by a goal and the tie is level at the end of 90 minutes, I believe they will go straight to penalties for that one for a spot at Wembley in the final. So that's coming up in a week, in a little more than a week, and then we'll from there another home game Saturday in the Premier League against Sunderland, who has cooled off a little bit from where they were at the start of the season. Not a huge surprise, but it'll be nice to get them at home, and hopefully in the next few games, we'll be able to get back to our winning ways at the Emirates.
And apparently I'm looking at, I don't know what site this is that I'm on, but they're talking about the tiebreaker, and they say, to quote, I'll have a link in the show notes, the semifinals also differ from earlier rounds in that extra time and potentially a penalty shootout take place if a tie is level after 180 minutes.
Oh, they do have extra time. Oh, never mind. I was thinking the previous round, with the Palace game, we went straight to penalties.
Yeah, between round 1 and the quarterfinals, no extra time is played.
Yeah, I really don't want an extra half hour of Chelsea. I don't think anyone needs that in their life. So yeah, let's not do that. Let's finish this one off and get our trip to Wembley.
Yep.
Sunderland is going to be 90 minutes. We're not doing extra time with Sunderland or Leeds or even Kairat. So.
And also, just for anyone who is potentially a little bit newer to the sport, just a reminder of what we mean by 2 legs and that we're up in the fixture so far is we're adding the scores together from both legs. So we are starting off with a 3-2 lead over them. They would need to have at least a 1 goal margin to draw even with us to force that extra time. So
Yes, there is no away goals rule as there used to be. So that's out. And if you're all still new to this, get used to the 2-leg format because that's how the Champions League is going to go from after Kairat.
Yep.